Good night, everyone. It's Crazy Russian 86 here, and this video goes for somebody but nobody. I'm just getting off the car, about to go home. I'm not gonna be making this video in the car, but I've been actually watching video of somebody but nobody right now, and here's another fun fact. Me and this guy, we have a lot in common. Our middle name, our names, like his name is Nathan. This is my middle name, self-made middle name. Also, his birthday is day before the day I got my citizenship. And here's another thing we have in common. We are both into rap. I was into rap when I was a teenager as well, you know. Even when I was in Russia, I was into rap. I was trying to rap, and I rapped in English and in Russian. I was obviously not a professional rapper, as you can tell. I never will, because now I'm too old for that. When I was younger, I wanted to be a rapper, but I was just an amateur, you know. I was an Eminem's fan, kind of amateur rapper, you know. I was writing my own raps. They were kind of philosophical raps, even as a teenager and when I was in my early 20s. And obviously I have some raps on YouTube. I'm a big fan of Tupac. I was, you know, making raps for Tupac. And speaking of the devil, September 16th this year, or September 13th, this year is gonna be 24 years since Tupac's death. 24 fucking years. I was listening to Tupac when I was 24. When Tupac died, I was almost 10. It's crazy to think about it, right? Like, I've been listening to Tupac for so long, you know. I don't listen to him as much now, but sometimes I still do, you know. He's pretty good, you know. But yeah, I was into rap too, like, and I was rapping and freestyling, writing my own raps in Russian and in English, so I was never professional at it. But I remember when I was in Russia in high school, I was actually giving concerts. People were thinking I was a clown, but I don't know. I actually enjoy doing it. I was actually giving concerts in school back in Russia. Believe it or not, but I did it. Yeah. No tastitas, no salsa, no alcohol, because I need to go to bed soon, you know. I was done with my job early. I had an easy day, Labor Day, more or less, which I'm happy about. I made a little bit less money than I usually do, but, you know, I'm kind of happy to have a normal day. Kind of happy to go bed early and like be waking up in the morning. It's actually a relatively normal day when I don't have to stay up all night. You know? Because that's what I usually do. On Monday nights, I work all night. So, kind of happy about that. Now, I've been watching Somebody But Nobody. He's been talking about how, like, when you expect of something of happening, you think, oh my god, this video is going to be super popular, and it never does. Yeah, that's the thing about life. Life is very unpredictable. Like, a lot of times I tend to build scenarios in my head, and I'm thinking about things, and I'm thinking what possibly could happen, and whatever I think never happens. So, I mean, that's kind of true, you know, life is unpredictable. And another thing I was thinking about life also. Like, do some people better than others? Because there are some people say, oh, you know, there is nobody better than me, I'm not better than nobody else. People have been saying that all the time. And I say I don't agree. There are people who are better and there are people who are worse. But here's a kick to it. It's not good to treat people like somebody is better, somebody is worse. You can be better than somebody else, but it doesn't give you a right to treat people like shit. Because there is such thing as karma, okay? Like, sure, you can be better than somebody else. That's why, like, there are some people who make more money, there are some people who get more sex, there are some people who are very intelligent, there are some people who are stupid, there are some people who are on disability, there are some people who can't even talk. Which, of course, I consider as people inferior, because they just live in their lives, you know, like, you know, they don't understand who they are, they don't get anything, they don't understand what's going on, you know. I think that people who are famous, who got themselves into history, who created something for the world which nobody else did, they're definitely superior people. But the thing of that is, being superior, there's also a price to pay. Like, if you're superior, your life is going to be pretty difficult. You know, a lot of times people pray, oh, I want to have an easy life, you know. And people say, oh, Emil, you need to change. Oh shit, my phone fell down because it was not properly, you know. You need to change, or if you're not going to change, your life is going to be difficult. And a lot of times people think that difficult means bad. But you know what people say, no pain, no gain, right? Difficult doesn't necessarily mean bad, because hard life makes you tougher. If you're going to be tougher, the bigger and stronger you are, the more you know. This is how you get things in life. It's just how the world works, you know. Like, you would think that people who are happy, you know, people who have their life easy, who gain everything, have money, have sex and all of that. But if you want to have money and sex and all of that, you have to have a difficult life, because in order to get money, you have to work hard. In order to get women, you have to spend money, you have to do something, you have to have some kind of status in the society. Otherwise, they don't care about you. If you're nobody, if you're not developed, they don't want you. Also, I was thinking that you have to, you know, in order to get stuff, you have to be ready for all kinds of shit, and you have to also hold your composure. Like, if you're impulsive, that's like a weakness. So my boss been teaching me a lot when I write him text messages, because I have to, and I do a lot of typos, and he said do proofreading. Why don't you do it? I'm gonna cure just like to send it out, and then I did stuff, and then I look. Weakness right there. I'm thinking about it like, I need to have more self-control. And this is the same thing with women, you know. If you don't have self-control, you can't make women feel good, and women sense it. That's why they, you know. That's why, like, a lot of time people get tested, you know. Because, like, it's kind of a weakness. No self-control. And that also goes with, you know, with all of this, so I'm gonna be popular, and you just all like this. Guess what? If you're like this, chances are you're probably never gonna be popular. It's just how life works, you know. That's a crazy thing. It's like, same thing with a woman too, like, you know, if you're like, oh my god, I want it, the chances are you're probably not gonna get it, because if you're so excited about shit, it's like a weakness. You know, if you're like this, it's like a weakness. If you, I wanna get it, you're not gonna get it. But if you're just like, I don't care, yep, this is when you get shit. And that's very true. I agree with somebody but nobody. That's like the real thing in life. But that's kind of frustrating and disappointing though, because you know what? That means that having dreams, having inspiration, really feeling like this, really hoping for something, it's like weakness, and it's not something you should be doing. And letting go, it's the best thing. But then it's like, I don't know. It's like a dream killer, the way it is, you know, but it's a dream killer, but that's what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the topic of somebody is bad, some people are better than other people. And like I said, even though I believe this is the truth, but like you can think anything you want. You can think in your head that I'm the best person, but I still think that people who make more money, people who tell me what to do, they're superior to me. Like my boss, he's better than me because he tells me what to do. And I cannot say, you know what, boss? You're telling me what to do? You cannot tell me what to do because you're not better than me. And if I'm gonna tell him that, if he has a sense of humor, he will laugh. Otherwise, he'll get mad. He's like, look, I'm your boss. I know better. Your job is to do the job. My job is to tell you what to do, to make sure that shit gets done. And that's why I'm getting paid more. I cannot say that, you know, I'm not gonna listen to you because I'm not worse than you are. And I cannot say that, you know what, I don't agree with what you tell me, so I'm just gonna do things my way because I feel like it's better. You know, that's the thing. Like, the fact that you have to follow certain rules and abide by certain rules, and other people delegating us how to live our lives and how to do the job, that right there, it makes you worse. Because if you would be better, you would be the one making the rules for everybody else, dictating everybody else what to do. But here's the thing to it, and this is why, you know, what makes me want to restrict myself from being so arrogant, even though it brings me pleasure to be arrogant and feel like I'm the man and all of that. Like I have a big ego, so like to me, bossing people around and acting like I'm the shit, that brings me pleasure. Some people say, who are you to act this way? But the reason I act this way because I like to act this way. But here's the kick to it, okay? If you act hurtful towards people, if you act like you're better than everybody else, if you bully people, you know, shit like that's gonna come back to you. So like you can feel like you're better people. There are some people are better than others, but the thing of that is, you shouldn't treat people like they're worse than you are. Even though people are worse than you are, but you shouldn't treat them that way. You know? Here is why. Because even if you're better than somebody else, right? Other people, if you rub them off the wrong way, can still destroy you. Like look at Tupac, for example. He was a great rapper, great person. He made history for himself, so he's better than a lot of people. But even though he is better than a lot of people, he still got shot by somebody who is below him. XXXTentacion still got shot. Look, there is a lot of people who are so fucking great, and they all got fucking killed. And they live pretty short lives, even though they made a name for themselves. If, you know, you can be this great person who creates great things for the world, who knows a lot, who is better than a lot of people in this world, but you're not safe from death. And you can be creating great things and, you know, people probably not gonna recognize how great you are during your lifetime, and they're gonna love you when you're dead. But when you're dead, you're not here. And there is someone out there who have a bullet coming your way. And there is the person can be complete scam, you know. And he can take the life of somebody who is great. So that's why you can be better, and you can think of yourself like you're better than everybody else. And that can be the truth, you know. But you still have to act like you know better than anyone else. Because you can rap somebody who is worse than you are the wrong way, and you don't know whom you're dealing with. That person whom you may offend can come, get a gun, and then shoot you, and get away with it. And then make it look like it was a fucking suicide when it was murder. And then that person can get away with the murder, and then you dead. And you this great person. And somebody else is just a fucking scum. But the scum is still alive and you dead. See? That can happen easily, just like that. You know? And that's the reason why, if you want to live in this world a long time, showing off and treating people like garbage is probably not a good idea. Because shit like that can come back and bite you in the ass, one way or another. So, yes, there are people who are better than others, but you still have to treat people decently. Because if you don't do it, guess what? You rub somebody the wrong way, there is going to be harsh consequences for it, you know? That's why, you know, people can think, oh, this guy is a fucking scum, I don't want to deal with him. But not dealing with him is okay. But the minute you start offending that person, you don't know what's going to go down, you know? That's why I feel like there's a lot of people who prefer just to walk away. They're probably smart. Because if you're going to act how you want to act, you want to offend somebody, the person may get angry and he may do crazy things. You know? So sometimes it's just the smart thing is to, you know, to treat people decent no matter what. Because you don't know what people are capable of. And you don't know how somebody will react, you know. So, if you don't want to die, if you don't want to have problems in life, sometimes it's better to, you know, don't act like you're so great. Because if you do, and you start insulting people, and you rub the wrong person the wrong way, no matter how smart you are, no matter how great you are, you may get yourself in trouble. You may end up dead, or in the emergency room, or you may lose your job, you may get beaten up, you know. And there is somebody who can be worse than you, complete scam, can just end your life. And it doesn't matter how great you are, that can happen to you at any time. Versace, Tupac, all these people, they died like that, you know. This life is short, it can be over any time, for any reason. Everything is temporary, you know. That's why worrying about money and sex, it's not the smart thing to do, because one day, when you're not alive, it doesn't matter. And if you're alive, if you have a good health, even though you've not been getting a lot of money and sex at a young age, there is still another chance when you're older. Now, but if you've been having it when you're young, and then you die young, that's a wrap, you know. So, as long as you're alive, there is always second chance of getting things. So yeah. And like I said, even though some people are better and worse than others, which is true, but then again, you're better if you were able to make a name for yourself. Leave a legacy, leave something after yourself. That's all it really counts. And it's only what's worth it, you know. And as long as you can bring something for in this world which nobody else did, and you can do it on your own terms, this is what constitutes successful life. That's just it, you know. That's all we're living for. To leave something after yourself. That's it. And if you do it, then you're a successful man. If you didn't do it, your life ain't worth a shit. And if you can do it in your own terms, then yeah, that's it, you know. And if that's gonna make your life difficult, oh well. Sometimes, if your life is difficult, it's actually a good thing, because that's gonna make you stronger, and then you're gonna feel satisfied, because if you overcome a difficult situation and you win, you're gonna feel great about yourself, you know. But if you just like surrender to society and you just like being a bitch, you're gonna feel, you know, bad, because, you know, we are made to be in this life to do what you want and to fulfill our purpose. And even if the whole world is against you, you're still better off live how you want to live. Because your will is all you got. And if you cannot live how you want, and you're just trying to be a people pleaser, A, you're going to be miserable because you're not going to be happy with yourself. And B, the world's going to eat you up. So if you're made to be at stake with the world, the best way is just to don't care and keep pushing through. Because if you're going to surrender, you're going to feel like shit, you know. It's not going to work anyway. And caring about what other people think or trying to please other people at the expense of your happiness, it's like being a bitch. And it's like the worst you can be, you know. It's better to be hated, but to do what you want, rather than to be loved and then being a bitch. You know? We're not here to be loved, we're not here to be liked. This is like a purgatory right here. We are in this world to bring something. And if you do something which is make you happy, that's going to be enough to make a lot of enemies. But all the great people had a lot of enemies. They're just part of the deal. So that's just unfortunately how this world is, you know. And when you have it easy, it's not even healthy. Because look at hiding in my room. He has an easy life. He's this little guy. He's 31-year-old. And all he does in his life, he's complaining. Right? Now, there are all these other people who are big and strong. And they get all the bitches. They have very hard lives. They have a lot of responsibility. They're getting beaten up. They're getting yelled at. They have hard lives. But they're gaining in life. They're getting something in life. They're getting somewhere, right? See how it is? But people like hiding in my room who cannot get shit in life, cannot get anything in life, they actually have it easy. But they're the ones who are so fucking unhappy about life. See how it is, though? You should think it's kind of a paradox, right? People who have an easy life, they're actually the most unhappy people. And they're looking at life like, all these people are getting bitches. These people are getting money. I'm not getting shit. I'm so miserable. Oh my God. You know, and they're all doing is whining and complaining. Versus people who have difficult lives, they're always suffering. They're always getting beaten up. They're always working hard. You know, their lives are very difficult, but they're the people who can get shit just like that, you know. And people who have easy life, they cannot get nothing in life. That's just a crazy thing, you know. They just like think about it. So no pain, no gain. So that's just what it is. But anyway, guys, I need to go to bed soon. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. All the best to you guys. Peace out. Later. Yep.